Hello everyone, Drew Wilson of Your Era Gamer here. Today we're back to another episode of Things I Did in Minecraft. Now in the last episode, I was showcasing where I was getting all this sand from to make all this glass. And it was quite a lot. I was more or less destroying the natural habitat of a bunch of turtles, but I'll leave a little bit of sand, and I actually started growing some of the sugar cane over there too as kind of like a compensation package for those turtles. So I don't know if turtles like sugar cane, but I thought, you know what? It's better than nothing, right? But anyway, as you could tell, I had this giant SkyTrain system continue on, and yeah, it does continue going on. So I'm gonna showcase roughly where all this is going in the first place, because yeah, I have been building a lot of SkyTrain. Like, it just keeps going and going and going, and it's not just built randomly. Like, there is actually a purpose to all this, but getting to different places is a bit of a chore, and I thought I'd make life a lot easier for myself. So one of the things I discovered was a desert, and this will be shown in another video because there's a lot of stuff going there. So I thought I'd head over to the desert to see what all is over there. And one of the things, once I entered into the desert area, that I noticed right away is there's a lot of like terracotta stuff, and I didn't know what to do with terracotta, but yeah, I just did that. And there's a service, and the door I was looking at was a service entry. So I thought, there's a lot of sheep over there. I could probably shear some sheep if I wanted to as well. So that's what that was about. I was going to mention that, and I kind of got off onto a tangent there. So anyway, yeah, this is the desert. There's a sheep up there, and all the terracotta, and it comes in many different colors. I'm assuming it's going to be decorative. I don't know what those octopus are about, but I just kind of left them well enough alone. And yeah, I just find myself wandering through this desert, wondering if there's anything useful here. And as I was walking, I was kind of thinking, I wonder if like these desert locations affect what I could actually see underground. And I thought, maybe I should go ahead and build a mine shaft. So that's exactly what I did here, is I built a mine shaft, and I was thinking back to all the things that I did in the past in mining, and I thought, alright, we're going to do the stairwell straight down, go every couple levels to kind of branch out and make sure I do what I was doing before, but only a lot better, because I finally developed a good system for mining, and that's exactly what I was implementing. I did go 3 stairs high. I could have gone 2, but I just went ahead and did 3 stairs high. And I thought, you know what, the base here, I will create this massive like room so that I can start storing stuff. And then I started mining in this direction, and I immediately realized my plans went straight out the window, as you could tell by what happened below. I started seeing a giant cave system. So I went ahead and went the other direction to see if there was a safer way of going down, and sure enough, there was. And I can tell you, this cave system was absolutely gargantuan. I couldn't get all the way to anywhere, but I did get a good chunk of distance. And it's not just one direction. It goes the other direction too, in a massive, massive way. But I was thinking back to some of the old movies and stuff like that. Like, what is stereotypical of a underground area is there's lots of gold, and sure enough, I did find tons of gold, and some stuff I even just left in the ground because it was just, there was so much, and I was trying to figure out what to do with all of it. So anyway, there's 2 things I did discover: a thing called an amethyst geode, and a mine shaft. So I'm going to check out the geode first, because I think it's really neat. I really do think it's really neat. So there is a bit of a path going towards it, so I did create a couple of signs, because there's just tons of like different directions you can go in this place. So it doesn't really look, it looks like I'm going into a dead end. Trust me, it's not a dead end. And yeah, I eventually found that way. There's two ways of getting to this thing. There's the down path. I'm going to showcase the fun way of going into this amethyst geode thing. So there was a massive pool on top of this massive gulch that I still haven't found a good safe way to get down. And I can go diving. Whee! Now there is a little bit of risk that is carried with that. There are enemies below sometimes. So I just quickly go across here. And it doesn't look like I'm getting into much. Again, this is hard to find. Initially, I was looking everywhere for something that was of interest. But I eventually found it, and the geode. And the cool thing about that is that it dings as I walk along here. There's like a cool little dinging sound, and I was able to harvest a whole bunch of these things, and that didn't quite grow, but that's okay. And I thought I'd take a sample up to see if I could, replicate any of this, and it turns out I can't, but I can place blocks at least if I wanted to. But honestly, the only thing I was able to find with that is just a telescope, which I never really bothered using. So yeah, let's see if I can find my way out here and do another Geronimo. I don't know why I find that fun. I do. High diving. So I'm going to head back here so I can showcase the other thing I found. Let's see if I can get a little bit more speed here. Yeah, enemies are already attacking me. So I can just head back to the exit. Luckily, they don't follow me. So yeah, it's like I said, it's really confusing to think I could go down here to go back, but that's actually leading further down into the mine shaft, so I'm just going to go back this way. And you can probably tell there's some water dripping. There's a bunch of lakes up there, so I kind of left well enough alone. So heading back to the surface here, or at least the entrance. I know it's around here somewhere. There it is. Almost got lost here. So that was the amethyst geode, and now we're going to go to the lower mine shaft. Now, in case you're wondering why I put torches everywhere, it's more than just lighting things up. There was a ton of enemies, like everywhere. So I had to just carefully place a few, take down a few enemies, and then kind of make my escape and that sort of thing. Like trying to be very careful of basically securing this, and that's how I learned how to secure an underground zone, is just torches everywhere. And believe me, that took a lot of coal, and luckily I was in a giant mine shaft anyway, so I was able to collect the coal needed. And I was trying to find a safe way to get down there, and that way was not working for me, so I decided to try and dig my way down, and it turned out to be a really good idea to actually do the digging, because I was able to find a way to get all the way down to here. And I did finally find my first enemy spawner, but I just left well enough alone there, because I didn't have really any idea what I was going to do with that yet. I'm sure I'll find some way of using that, but not at the moment. But anyway, the mine shaft keeps going down, and it's a bit of a process to get down here, but you do eventually get there. And now you basically enter the giant mine shaft. And I haven't even fully explored this whole thing, but it just keeps going and going. There's cobwebs everywhere, dead ends everywhere as well. And yeah, you could tell, like, there's just so much going on with this. I found treasure chests throughout this area. I haven't fully explored that. I found lava that kind of pours down. and sand. Like, you name it, it's down here just about. I think I found diamonds at one point, I'm not sure. But anyway, that is what I was able to locate. And as you can tell, it is also very confusing. I have to go with this entrance here. And yeah, it's a huge, huge area. And because there's no torches down there, you can kind of tell. Yeah, I have not even found a way to the bottom of that yet. Not even close. And of course, there's no real safe way of getting down there. Would love to get the emeralds over there, but you know, I just haven't really got time to fully explore this yet. But yeah, this is the desert cave that I was able to find, and it took me a good period of time trying to make sure enemies don't spawn. But it ended up being worth it. You can see the spawner there. 2 ways of getting there. And of course there's the chests I was referring to. I already looted it, but gives you an idea of what I was finding. Anyway, I thought I'd showcase what I was able to find. It's just one of the major discoveries, and one of the things I did learn in the process was, how do I secure a location? Like, make sure enemies don't spawn and I can safely travel in a large open area that I didn't necessarily build. And yeah, just brightening everything up, using tons of torches, putting all that coal to good use. That's what I ended up doing. So yeah, it was quite the excursion. So yeah, I wanted to hear from you. What did you think of this? Like, was this a really interesting find? Was this just normal to you? Was this normal Minecraft, or was this kind of exciting to you? I wouldn't mind knowing. But anyway, I'll head back up here. Emergency door just to make doubly sure. And it's already night, and Endermen can't see me through glass. So yeah, I guess that is all for now, and until next time, what is your era?